start off with an opening statement?
Well, I mean, holy cow. This doesn't happen in Conference USA, I can tell you that. I'm proud of our guys. Really, through the 15 games that I've been the head coach here, our guys have fought. But a loss is a loss. I don't care how you slice it. Kicked too many field goals. Early in the game, we gave them third downs that allowed to extend drives. They had a lot to do with that. I get that. They've got talented guys and good coaches too. But when you're looking at reasons of how you can do it better and how you can put yourself in position to at least extend the game, that's all you're trying to do. How can we stay within reach? And at one point, we'd had 3 opportunities. We'd had 3 field goals. They'd had 4 opportunities. They'd scored touchdowns. It's the way it is. I don't care who you play. You put yourself out of reach. So that's the way it is. But I think our guys fought. We asked our guys to play physical. That's a physical team, always has been. They're big and physical. We asked our guys to try and play physical, and I thought at times we did that.
Coach, you passed the ball a lot tonight. Is that something you get out of the defense, or is that something?
Well, it's hard to run against them. They got big son of a guns up front, man. It's hard. It's hard to push those guys around. And that wasn't the plan. The plan wasn't to not be balanced. I mean, I think good football is balance. Always has been, always will be. It just, we had some things that we were looking to take advantage. I wouldn't say take advantage, but we knew we had to make some plays on the perimeter. But we knew we were going to have to do that. And so we ran it a little bit better in the second half, but we're going to have to run the ball better to give ourselves a chance. But we did want to take some shots, and we did want to give ourselves an opportunity for our skill guys to make plays. They did fine. I mean, you know, it's, again, hard to say. Nick does a good job of getting the ball out. I thought we schemed it up pretty good trying to get the ball out. So that's a part of it. And again, you're trying to stay out of those situations to where you're throwing it on the third and extra long. And we tried when we got along at yardage situations to not have him hold it so much. Late there in the second half or the second quarter, we called a timeout to get us out of a throw that was going to be down the field and see if we could get it to somebody and make a play in space. That's what you're trying to do.
Penalties, there was a face mask call, trip and caught a ball off third down, first down, a shot gets flagged.
Well, it's pretty simple how you win games. It's explosive plays and not giving them up. It's turnovers. It's foolish penalties. It's touchdowns in the red zone and third down conversions. That's it. So foolish penalties that stop you. We had to drop another drive in our own end that would have converted. And so, again, those are the things that we can control. That's what we control. Nothing to do with them. They're going to make enough plays on their own. Well, how do we control it better and do it better? And that's all part of the growing process of how do we do it better, starting with me, our coaches, and our players.
Do you feel like there's been a progression from one game to now? I know you all got to go back and look at this thing, but do you feel like there's any progression from game to game?
Well, I mean, it was good to see. Again, we haven't seen the tape yet. It was good to see some of our skill guys make plays. Let's put it that way. It was good to see some of our young freshmen running backs, Dathan Davis, and the running backs make some plays. We didn't turn the ball over, did we? Did we turn it over? We didn't turn it over. That we've gone 2 games in a row without turning it over. I mean, that's good football. I mean, we're going to win a bunch of games. We don't turn it over. We start. We got a young, talented team, and we're just going to continue to get better. So from that part of it, yes, which matters the most, you don't turn it over.
Obviously, you weren't with us now. Corey Acosta, 2 games in a row now.
Well, and I said it in the summer. He was kicking the heck out of it, and really, it's a shame. The first game, like I said, we got it blocked, but after that, he's been great, and he's kicked off great. So again, you know, I'm fired up for him.
What do you think about Nick's performance tonight?
Again, every week, if you talked about a progression of him getting us into things that we want to get into, making checks, seeing the game, understanding what we're doing, that's part of it. And I think Nick, first of all, he's a guy that bounces up off the ground. He gets it. He's in there studying film all the time. I thought he played about as well as we could have expected under these circumstances. We had opportunities, like Jason talked about, where we had the completion and the face mask that called back. Then we had one that was a drop that we would have had a first down. So there's those plays, and it's hard also when you're not balanced. We put a lot on Nick when you're not balanced. You got to continue to be balanced and take some of the pressure off of him.
Talking about the circumstances, the quality of it all things considered, where does the team most exceed expectations before the ball was
Oh, I don't know. I don't have expectations. I just know what is the next opponent? What do we have to do for the next opponent? And how do we figure out a way to do it better, irregardless of who it is, whether it's Mississippi State, Alcorn here. What do they do that poses problems for our team, offensively, defensively, and kicking game? And then how do we do it? So I really didn't have any expectations other than I think our guys are playing hard. I think they're dialed in during the week, and I think they're continuing to get better, and that's the most important thing. And if we continue to not turn it over, and if we continue to fight, scratch, and claw, we got to trust our recruiting, trust what we do, and just continue to move forward. And I thought, again, there's some of those things that I'm sure we'll feel like we did. Now, some of that, I think, again, based on the opponent. But again, most important thing is, do our guys take from a game what it was that we can improve on and that we did well, and don't dwell on it either way, because it ends tonight. That's it. Tomorrow we got to go get ready for App State, and that's it. And that's the most important game. Anything about this game that we could change, that's over. Now we need the corrections and then move forward, assess where we're at from an injury standpoint, and then how do we go beat App State. I thought they fought. I mean, we had a number of opportunities. It's just, they're a good team. I mean, how many running backs they play? 5? I mean, holy cow. I mean, Alti Tenpenny's like their 5th guy, and I was at Oklahoma State, and we offered him, and guy ran 4.4 at camp twice, for God's sakes. I mean, they're going to wear you down. They got good players. But I thought our guys continued to fight. You know, they've got good quarterbacks. They got good wideouts. And again, I thought our guys continued to battle. We didn't help ourselves as much by scoring touchdowns and then being able to kick off and kind of pin them down. But again, it's hard to say without watching it. But again, I like our guys' fight. I thought there was enough plays to show toughness, that part of our team, which I like.
Speaking of toughness, he doesn't play hard again for the third straight game.
He's a good football player, likes to play, doesn't say a lot. Really, for his stature, is a physical runner, has a way of kind of working himself through there. And we got to continue to get Tez Parks up to speed, and George Payne is just starting to come back, and we should have Jalen Richard this week, so we should have a full stable of guys this week. There was no reason to bring Jalen and expose him to this.
He asked you to summarize the defense. Can you summarize the offense?
Well, again, we didn't turn it over. That as much as anything. Early on, did we run the ball as well as we could have? No. We didn't have the ball a bunch. I mean, we did a pretty good job at times moving it, and they did, and so. But we've got to run the ball better. We've got to find ways to formation it and utilize, an extra tackle, because we really don't have a tight end, and our fullbacks, which I thought we did a pretty good job. So, but again, when you get so much, one thing they're going to do, they're going to overload the box. They've always done that. They're going to bring extra guys in there. They're forcing you to throw it. I mean, at times, some of your run-pass checks, they're forcing you to make plays on the perimeter, and that's what happened the first drive. We made 2 plays on the perimeter that were really tied into run plays.
Coach, when you gave us the balance early on, how important was it to jump out to an early lead like you guys did?
Well, that's why we took the ball. We took the ball. I mean, I love to defer, but we took it. The idea was, okay, first of all, how could we start? If we could find a way to start fast and somehow move the ball, which we did, and then give ourselves a chance to score, that was in our favor. And also in the first half, why give them an extra possession? The second half wasn't going to matter if we don't put ourselves in position early, and that's why we did it.
Anything else for Coach Monken? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.